So you think people that were doing the SARMs are having more issues, huh?
Yeah, it seems like to me. So two things that I've noticed, and again, these are just anecdotal observation. I have no realm of study on them. Talked to Dr. Foster about the peptide aspect. Didn't really delve into the SARMs because I didn't want to put him in a compromising position as a physician. But the peptide thing, he said that there were some early, I don't remember how he said it, but just they weren't as sound structurally as they are now. And internally, you got the benefit that you wanted, but the post reaction had some detriment to the kidney or the liver or something like that. We have mutual people in our circle that are suffering with long-term debilitating effects from what I would classify as early and high dosage peptide use. I don't know. Again, that's not like I have fact of that, but just in conversations that they shared with me, they're having complications, and they paralleled with the dosage just being very high. The SARMs, far more than that. I was actually talking to someone, this is not a SARM, but I was actually talking to someone the other day about Adipex, and something anecdotal that I found in those. Is it PCOS that women get?
Yeah, that's
polycystic.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I knew a group of women that were training together. I was actually coaching 2 of them and ended up coaching 5 of them. All of them different walks of life. All of them somewhat like pretty, but like the bigger girl, their whole lives. They had all gone through the Adipex. Every single one of them had PCOS.
What's Adipex?
Every single one of them. Adipex is kind of like a fin, kind of one of that realm of fat burner. Phenomenal results, but they never ever lose fat the same way. Like their metabolic threshold just gets scrambled for some reason.
It's kind of like you got one chance to get it right, and if you don't keep the fat off, it never comes off again, kind of a deal.
Exactly. Yeah. So they also have those like little pocket bellies, like a little fupa, and like these are women that are like so calorically manipulated as far as we started them like what I thought would be moderate. We took them much lower. We gave them a little bit higher. We went strictly protein. We did all these variables. And dude, I'm talking thrasher sessions, taking photographs of every meal and losing 1 pound like in 2 weeks. You know, it just did not make sense. And I figured that probably some of them were eating extra, but of the 5, I knew that one of them was going to hold the line, and the results were the same. They all still struggle to this day. I've seen that with SARMs. I don't want to, again, I just heard through the mill that some of the guys in the bodybuilding scene, amateur and professional, that have dropped have been big SARM users. So,
well, when we were out there, the day before we got there, a guy who was getting ready to go put in the
George, a 37-year-old guy.
Yeah, he just died. So when we were there, I mean, went down to the prejudging for, I think he was a classic, bodybuilding classic. Went down to the prejudging, came back, everything was fine, and then they called, couldn't get a hold of him, went up there, opened the door, and his fucking trainer, man, like wrote some like Instagram post. It's like, yeah, we had hotel security went in there, he was cold, we started trying to resuscitate him, we had to clean his room and get everything out of there before we called the police. And like the dude put that in the post, and I'm like, oh fuck, like why? Like, first of all, like that's how they announced the death, was that his trainer put it on his social media, and that's the shit he wrote. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm reading this and I'm like, am I fucking misreading this properly? Like, this is insane. Like, why, first of all, why the fuck is this dude saying it? And that was, and like the Olympia people didn't put it out. I mean, like, and then it was weird when we were there, like nobody talked about it. And I'm like, so these guys just fucking fall over dead and nobody says anything?
Yeah. I think it's, I mean, it's one of those things. I think it's a part of the culture, specifically the subculture, the extreme subculture of bodybuilding. I mean, I don't know if this is a common statement, but dude, I used to say all the time, if I lived to 50, I didn't try hard enough. I used to think that way when I was at Westside and that kind of shit, like if there was a drug out there that would make you stronger. I mean, you have stories of like, Periactin. It's a freaking antihistamine. It puts you in the bed for 20 hours, but it will make you stronger than Dianabol. Louis will tell you that to this day. How the fuck do you know that? Because you took 30 other antihistamines trying to get stronger on him or something. But I don't know. But Louis got the stories of snorting strychnine, putting, and not him, but definitely people putting cocaine in the Afrin bottles before deadlifts and shit. I mean, it's like, we're talking about for, I mean, it's a Kiwanis Club sport. You know, it's like you're at the back of some like VFW for a $30 trophy, if that. So,
yeah,
but yeah, I used to think,
the money never equaled it.